It's crunch time for the Miami Dolphins as they wrap up their preseason against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Final decisions on the 53-man roster are looming large, and every snap counts. With the regular season just around the corner, this last game isn't just about winning, it's about survival. Who's in? Who's out? Injuries have already started dictating some of the choices, like Keon Smith's unfortunate landing on the injured reserve due to a torn ACL. And let's be real, more injuries could very well continue to play a cruel role in shaping the Dolphins' opening day roster. When we look at the roster, some spots feel like a done deal, while others are hanging by a thread. Take the running back and wide receiver positions, for instance. We're talking about decisions that could keep fans awake at night. Quarterbacks? Well, it's looking like Tua Tagovailoa, Mike White, and Skylar Thompson are sticking around. Mike McDaniel's approach this summer, where he intentionally put his quarterbacks through the ringer, didn't exactly help anyone stand out. Yet, it seems like the Dolphins might be playing it safe by keeping all three QBs, especially with the new rule about having an emergency third quarterback on the practice squad. The running back room is where things start to get spicy. Raheem Mostert, Devin Achane, Jalen Wright, fullback Alec Ingold, and Chris Brooks seem to have made the cut. Brooks' inclusion comes at the cost of Jeff Wilson Jr., who might be on his way out via trade. Brooks' special teams potential and his size make him a tantalizing prospect, even if it means parting ways with Wilson. Wide receivers? Oh, this is a tough one. Tyreek Hill, Jalen Waddle, Braxton Berrios, Odell Beckham Jr., Malik Washington, and Eric Ezukanma set to make the roster. But there's a cloud of uncertainty over Beckham's availability due to his injury, and River Crocraft's injury likely sends him to the IR. The question that hangs heavy is whether Beckham will start the season on the PUP list, forcing the Dolphins to juggle their options. Now, let's talk tight ends. It's a tight squeeze, no pun intended, with Durham Smythe, Julian Hill, and Jonnu Smith making the team, leaving Hayden Rucci, Jody Fortson, and Tanner Conner on the outside. This could shift, though, especially if Beckham lands on PUP, opening up a spot that might just go to Conner. It's a numbers game, and tight ends might just be the sacrificial lambs here. The offensive line seems a bit more straightforward, but that doesn't make it any less important. With names like Terron Armstead, Austin Jackson, and Liam Eichenberg leading the way, it's looking like Isaiah Wynn will start the season on PUP. That means the Dolphins' 9-man offensive line is pretty much set in stone, barring any last-minute surprises. Edge players? With Jaylon Phillips, Emmanuel Ogbah, Chop Robinson, Mohamed Kamara, and Quentin Bell in the mix, things are mostly locked in. Cameron Good and Bradley Chubb are stuck on PUP, making it clear who's in and who's out, for now. But once Chubb is ready to return, the Dolphins will face another tough decision. Defensive tackles? Zach Sealer, Benito Jones, Deshaun Hand, Calais Campbell, and Brandon Piley are looking good. But don't be fooled, this was a tough call. Beyond Sealer and Campbell, the competition was tight, with Piley just edging out Ter Tart for a roster spot. It's one of those decisions that could easily go the other way if the Dolphins decide they need a pure-nosed tackle in the lineup. Inside linebackers? Jordan Brooks, David Long Jr., Duke Riley, and Channing Tindall seem to have secured their spots. Anthony Walker Jr.'s lingering injury means he's likely starting the season on IR, even though he's more than capable of making the roster. Curtis Bolton has had a solid camp, but Tindall's potential and special teams prowess keep him in the mix.